It's now time for the Reverse Sports full game recap. We were all the way back to March 2nd, the year 2025, when the Nashville Predators were at Madison Square Garden to face off against the New York Rangers. Head coach Andrew Brunette deploys his lines and defensive pairings in the following way. And it is an 11 forward, 7 defenseman alignment. Smith, O'Reilly, and Sissons are your first line. Forsberg, Stamkos, and Marchessault. Lucchini, McCarron, and Bellows, Novak, Evangelista are your fourth line wingers. Your defensemen are Shea and Blankenberg, Delgaizo and Shen, Stastny and Barron, and England is your seventh defenseman. Noonan gets the start, second day of back-to-backs. We're 19 seconds into the first period, and it's Cole Smith off to the box, 2 minutes for hooking. Not a great start for the Nashville Predators. Noonan comes up with a save on Panarin, then comes up with one other save on Panarin. The Nashville Predators penalty kill is able to hold. At the 4:07 mark of the first period, Rempe versus England, but it all begins when Rempe takes Blankenberg hard into the glass with an elbow, and then England comes in and jumps Rempe. This leads to a hell of a fight, but then it leads to Rempe getting 2 for elbowing plus 5. It ends up with England getting 2 for instigating plus 5 plus 10. So we're back to even strength hockey after a whole lot of stuff went on right there at the 4:07 mark. Now we're at 6:30 of the first period. Noonan comes up with a save on Panarin. 7:03 of the first period. Quick comes up with a save on Mark Delgaizo with the 8:32 mark of the first period. It's Panarin who's already been all over the Predators in this first period with his 24th goal of the season. That puts the Rangers on top 1-0 at Madison Square Garden. We go to the 8:51 mark of the first period. That's where Steven Stamkos picks up a penalty. 2 minutes for tripping. 0 shots on goal. A very strong penalty kill by the Nashville Predators in this circumstance. At the 11:17 mark of the first period, Quick comes up with a save on Stastny. At 14:26 of the first, Noonan comes up with a save on Berard. At 16:22, Noonan comes up with a save on Carrick. 18:35, Noonan another save on Schneider. And at 19:49, Noonan one more save on Cooley. We hit the end of the first period with the New York Rangers leading the Nashville Predators 1-0. On to the clean sheet of the second period. We're 26 seconds in, and we find our first action with Jonathan Marchessault picking up a penalty just like in the first period. This time it just took 7 seconds longer. This time 2 minutes for tripping. Miller picks up his 15th goal of the season almost immediately, doubling the New York Rangers lead to 2-0. At the 1:06 mark of the second period, Quick comes up with a save on Mark Delgaizo. At 2:18 of the second, Noonan comes up with a save on Lafreniere. But at 3:25 of the second period, it's Miller with his 5th goal of the season, and this puts the New York Rangers ahead by a score of 3-0 here early in the second period, with the Nashville Predators really not showing any life offensively yet at this point in the game. 5:15 of the second period. Now Noonan comes up with a save on Trocheck. 6:37 in the second. DeHaan's off the box, minutes for puck over the glass. The Nashville Predators a great opportunity to start generating some offense, but they don't get a single shot on goal during this power play. 9:55 of the second period. Barron is going to repay the favor with a 2-minute puck over the glass penalty, and the New York Rangers are also going to repay the favor by not getting a single shot on goal during their power play. At the 12:29 mark of the second period, is Noonan with a save on Berard. 14:47. Noonan comes up with a save on Panarin. 16:21. And Noonan a save on Brodzinski at 18:34. Jonathan Quick comes up with a save on Jonathan Marchessault. And we hit the end of the second period with the Nashville Predators slowly starting to wake up, but finding themselves down 3-0. We go to the third period, and we're 20 seconds in, and it's Quick coming up with a save on Blankenberg. The 2:20 mark of the third. Noonan comes up with a save on Brodzinski. At 3:41 of the third period, it's Carrick off the box. 2 minutes for interference. Blankenberg, though, picks up a penalty. 2 minutes for hooking. This creates a 4-on-4 scenario. We hit the backside of the sheet, and we find ourselves at the 7:34 mark of the third period, where Noonan comes up with a save on Panarin. At the 11:38 mark of the third period, it's Quick coming up with a save on Delgaizo. 12:01 of the third period, Quick comes up with a save on Forsberg, plus a follow-up by O'Reilly times 2. O'Reilly really bringing the jam in this situation. The Nashville Predators actually generating some zone time, some offense, but finding themselves down by 3 in a little bit of desperation. Still not able to get by Quick. 13:25 of the third period. Now Quick comes up with another save on Delgaizo. Mark Delgaizo was prominent out there putting pucks on net in this game. 15:21 of the third. Quick comes up with a save on Brady Shea. 16 minutes of the third period. Quick comes up with a save on Smith. and at 16:57, Berard, fourth goal of the season, makes it 4-0 for the New York Rangers, and that is going to do it. The New York Rangers and the Nashville Predators end up with 34 shots on goal each, so the Rangers jump way ahead in shots on goal in the first period. The Nashville Predators make up for that there near the end of the third period with a very large shot barrage, but still unable to get by Jonathan Quick in this one. So the Predators fall 4-0, get swept in the weekend series in New York, and now move on to Boston. We've got more to talk about when it comes to this game. We've got box score, we've got analysis, and so much more coming up next right here on the Renegades of Puck podcast.